Yep. Oh, we're here.
Man, something feels different about today.
It's a good day.
It's a great day. It's a great day to be alive. Happy Sunday, man.
I'll say happy Sunday, football day, you know?
Yeah, it's football day. It only feels right that we do it this way. But we're doing a little different today, right?
Yep.
You know, tell the people? Well, usually, right, it's Matt and Matt in the evening. And that's how we've done it. Where, like Mike and Mike in the morning, we're Matt and Matt in the evening. But this week, it's a little different. We're, for my community fans out there, we're doing a little Matt and Matt in the evening mornings.
Ooh, I got coffee with me. I'm ready to go, yeah.
I know, usually that thing's filled with whiskey, and you're just stumbling around.
It might still have some whiskey in there. I don't know.
That's fair, yeah. Yeah, you are a raging alcoholic.
Oh, geez. Not true for any students.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Oh, yeah, completely kidding. Yeah. Man. So, what are we talking about today?
We have a fun one today. I'm really excited because I think it's unique. We got some first time things happening on today's episode. But for the Dynasty side, as you know, it's not football season, so it's Dynasty season. There is no off season. It's just, So we're going to dive in our Dynasty League. We have two divisions, Division 1, Division 2, which, guys, we got to come up with some names for those. I hate Division 1, Division 2. Maybe we can brainstorm that at some point. We'll see if anything comes up naturally today. I don't know. But we're going to look at Division 1 and go team by team and just talk about some things. Who's going to win the division? Who's going to come in last? I think that one's pretty clear, the last place part.
I don't know if it is.
Okay. All right. I'm excited. So we're going to talk about that. We got two callers, and we got a little fun game at the end of the episode, so it's going to be a good one. We want to start off with a caller?
I think so. I think that's the right way to do it.
All right, here we go.
First off, I'd just like to say thanks for having me on. Very excited for the upcoming year. But to start with Division 1, let me just say it's an absolute cupcake of a division. I would take anyone in Division 2 over Division 1. I mean, my division is so much harder. I can't even believe these are the teams lined up. Starting off with Parker, his team's so bad. His bench is so bad he doesn't even have a player starting. He's still got a missing person in his lineup. Jake, his team's not bad, but honestly, he's just going to get in his own way, and he's going to start like J.J. McCarthy over Joe Burrow and just absolutely fuck himself. Roy Trick, you got lucky. I don't foresee it happening. Beginner's luck. Matt, your team's good, but you got a couple years out still, I think. And let's just thank God Ethan doesn't know how to use his phone because his team's not bad. So he'll probably forget to set his lineup because he doesn't know how his phone works. So that's all I really got to say. I appreciate you guys having me on.
Man.
My goodness. Really laying into everybody.
I know.
No real niceties to be had.
I was actually shocked. He said, like, mine wasn't that bad. He just said, I have a good team, couple years out. I'm like, yeah, all right. Can't argue with that.
I mean,
let's go.
That's certainly, saying a team is a couple years out, I think is the nicest way of saying that you have a really shitty team.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you don't look at a great team and think, oh, they're a couple years out, but they're a really good team. No, that team sucks, and you just hope in a few years it comes around.
Yeah. I will say, like, disclaimer, I looked at the 5 teams before we started recording today. I haven't looked at the Division 2 teams, so I can't compare. But
nuts.
I mean, you're a Division 2 guy, so
So can I tell you? I think that Maskell has it backwards. I think that Division 2 is the cupcake one. I think Division 1 is absolutely stacked.
I agree. I'm glad.
I think that Division 2 has the higher ceilings, but on average, Division 1 is much better.
Yeah, I think Maskell being in Division 2 just had to hype himself up that way. I don't blame you, Maskell. Let's take a look. Let's let the viewers decide, right?
Well, we're not going to let them decide. They don't have any say in this. We're just going to tell them what they need to think.
They can be yelling at the camera or yelling, at the screen right now along with us, but we won't hear you, so we don't care.
Yeah.
We just like to hear ourselves. All right. So the 5 teams, Maskell already laid them out. You got Parker, Jake, me and Trip, Ryan and Pat, and Ethan. I'm going to go in order of how the division finished last year. So we'll start at the top. We'll go down the line.
I like that.
So Parker won the division last year. I'll say this as a disclaimer, reminder, top 3 teams in the division make the playoffs. That means 2 of these teams are in the pits. 2. So you can look at it. Who's going to win out of these 5, but also which 2 are going to be in the bottom. It's something to think about today. What do you see, Chip? Here you go. I got his team pulled up.
I think Parker's team can be described with 2 words: peaks and valleys. You have
all right
some of the best players in the league on that team. You have Christian McCaffrey, who, he in Dynasty, he is aging out for sure. There's no doubt about that. But I am looking at this through the lens of 2025 season. I don't care about the moment after the championship ends. So Christian McCaffrey, great player this year. Kyren Williams, great player this year. Jamar Chase, the number 1 dynasty asset, probably the number 1 pick in redraft this year. Chris Olave, jury's out. Good player, but decent. Trey McBride, one of the top 3 tight ends. Deebo Samuel, we'll see. Cooper Kupp, we'll see. So this is the peaks and valleys that we're talking about, because when you look at these players, you think, oh, he's got a nice team. But then if you scroll down, you throw up in your mouth.
Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, sorry.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. That was like a visceral reaction to whatever he calls these players on his team. Does he call it a bench, or is it more just like a cheerleading squad? Because, cheerleaders, they're never worried about starting in a game. So I'm just wondering if these guys have the same situation.
Yeah. I'll say...
Go all the way down. Make sure you scroll.
Yeah,
show everybody.
Ooh, oh, no.
It doesn't get better.
Nope. You got anybody on the taxi squad? We don't care about that.
Alec Pierce is probably going to end up being a starter for him.
Really? Yeah, we'll see.
Who else would? He has to fill another spot in his flex.
I got to say, as somebody who currently in Dynasty season is actively trying to make trades, I don't want to show my hand too much on some certain thoughts, but I'm not trading for this guy, so I can say this. Rachaad White, some people like the Bucky hype last year. People love it. Rachaad White still was RB24 on the year. He was good. So I think he gets into the flex spot there. I want to just comment because I didn't get a comment on the starters yet.
Yeah.
McCaffrey, Kyren, Jamar, all 3, like you said earlier, they could win you a week. Any of them could. He just has that's the peaks you're talking about. McBride.
I think you can throw McBride in there, yeah.
Yeah, he is tight end 2 off the board right now, and number 2 tight end off the board, right behind Brock Bowers and redraft. So yeah, and then Kyler, and honestly, I think Justin Fields could be shocking for fantasy.
Yes.
So
it's like the year that Cody won, and he didn't know who his quarterback was, and he goes, "Oh, that guy sucks." It's like, no, he was like quarterback 4 or something like that.
Yeah, he was good.
Suck in fantasy.
And then Deebo and Kupp, they're both older now on new teams. Very similar, actually situations for them where it's we'll see what happens in their teams. Yeah, he's got a great starting lineup. If anybody gets injured, it's going to be scary because terrible bench. So
yep, yeah. We can save our overall rankings for the end, I think.
I agree. Yeah, good call. So let's. Ethan actually was next in the division rankings last year. I think it was 8-6 or something like that. So close to it. So let's pull up Ethan's team. He's got a fun lineup, honestly.
Well, it depends on the lens through which you are looking at it.
Yeah.
If you're looking at it, it's Sunday morning, and you wake up, you forget who you're playing that week. You wake up and look in the app, and you see it's Ethan. That's not very fun. But if you're Ethan and this is your team, that's pretty fun.
Yeah, I agree. Saquon and Jonathan Taylor, those are great, solid running backs. Drake London,
Look at that projected points for Saquon, 17.5.
Damn.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, that is incredible. And honestly, Drake London, DJ Moore, those are low projections for week 1 again, what they got lined up, but they're both big time players. Laporta, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about Laporta, but he's solid. He's not a streamer, so you're good. That's all you want in the tight end position. But he's got
some backup there too.
His flex position. All 3. I love how he's got 3 wide receivers in the flex because they all could just blow up at any point. That's what you want in your flex, right? You want that versatility. This is a good team, really good team. Let's look at the bench.
Yeah, because it keeps going on the bench too, in my opinion. You got Trevor Lawrence as a backup quarterback. You got scroll down more because I feel like there was Jerry Jeudy, who had some really good weeks last year. Isaiah Likely. I think a lot of people have him and Mark Andrews in the similar kind of tier. Obviously, he just traded away Andrews. I think that's definitely more of a wait and see. Likely is probably more of a long-term run, but I don't know this year who's better personally. And I feel like he had someone on his taxi squad, but I might be wrong. Drake May and Jalen McMillan.
Drake May is a good thing for the future. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. And Jalen McMillan gets hurt a little bit by the Igbukah draft. Yeah. But still could. There's a spot for him to be.
I mean, I think Stephon Diggs, he's had some recent things to help him get his energy up, I would say.
Yeah, absolutely. You can say he's been revitalized in a way.
Yeah. He's just like nose to the grindstone or something like that, going after it. And I think he could actually be the only wide receiver in New England. So he could be a flex spot.
And a lot of people are saying he really thrives in the snow. So that's good that he's up there in New England.
Yeah. Ripping some powder on the ski slopes, or anywhere, somewhere else maybe. I don't know. He's got a good bench. I mean, Tyler Algier, even like it's good to have those handcuffs. Jalen Warren, in case like the starter goes down. Blake Corum, like he's got a lot of backup running backs that just catapult into your starter lineup when their guy gets injured. So, another solid team. All right. Next was Ryan West and Pat. They went 7-7 last year. Of course, Ryan won the championship. Maskell said it. Beginner's luck. I mean, let's look at this team. You tell me what you think.
Man, his quarterback situation, he has so many of them, but I don't like a single one of them.
Let's go ahead and talk about that. Dak projected 14 points right now. Then you got Michael Penix, 13 points. Caleb Williams, 15 points. Tua, 13 points. Like, who are you starting week one? I don't know.
Don't get me wrong. I think that someone by week 5 will be his clear starter. I don't know who it'll be, but I don't like any of them personally. And that's, next year when there's 2 quarterbacks, it's better to have too many and you can decide from whichever one you want to put in. This year, I think you want a stud. And, I don't think he's got that currently.
No, I agree. I think Dak might be the one, but who knows? Yeah, we'll see. Quarterback's a rough spot. All right. Tell me about the rest of his starters here.
Man, I'll tell you what's not a rough spot. He's got some high highs. Genty, someone who has not played a snap in the NFL, already ranked as like running back top 5. I don't know what he is, but people have him top 5. I think he'll probably be up there, but I'm interested to see how he does. Kenny Walker. Go ahead.
There's some name fatigue there, but he's still great.
I don't know what he finished last year, but I know it was consistently decent. Malik Neighbors, another high point. Interesting quarterback situation. We'll see how that plays out, but he played with no quarterback last year and was great, so he'll be fine. JSN, he's the only guy left there. He's got Cooper Kupp coming in, but I don't think that scares his target share very much. You've got Matt's favorite player throwing him the ball. So I'm sure you're pumped to see that, Matt.
Man, yeah.
I think it's going to be good. I think that he'll, similar to Malik Neighbors, I think he'll be pretty good even without a top tier quarterback. Brock Bowers, I don't think anything needs to be said there. He's going to be great for a long time. Tyreek Hill, we've talked about the trade a good amount, but this is 2025. I think that he could still be a top 10 wide receiver this year. I think he also could be outside of the top 25. It's both options exist. It could be either one.
I agree.
And then the 2 running backs that he has there are like really good, just guys to have on your team. You have, James Cook and Chuba Hubbard. They're not going to win you weeks, but they are going to provide that high floor that you look for in a startable running back.
Yeah. I'm focusing today, like you said earlier, on 2025. That's what this show's about, right? It's just seeing like who's going to win the division, who's going to come in last. But I'll just say like this team is so young. Ryan and Pat have done a great job. Like if he doesn't win the division this year, he's like a lot of these guys are just coming back even better the following year. Even on his bench too, I'll say with like who's down here. He's got a bunch of young dudes like Tootin and Knoll, Loveland. Like that could be. Well, I mean, he's already got Bowers. Like I don't know. It's pretty. Ayuk and Hollywood. He's got some guys. So But the quarterback thing, next year when we go to 2 quarterback, like his team's gonna just go downhill because of that, because of the value. I don't know. But again, we're focusing on 2025. Still a scary team to see you're facing in your in a weekly matchup. So, all right, I'll say this before we leave Ryan's team: 7-7 last year. Does he go up or down from that this year?
Up. I think he goes up.
Okay. All right. Moving on to Jake. Jake's team was the next team. I think he was 6-8, so he was 1 game out from making the playoffs last year. Damn, you got Joe Burrow. This running back duo, like a year ago in Dynasty, would have just seemed like the greatest combo.
I mean, listen, people are a little bit too quick to downgrade Breece Hall. Yeah. I think this is still the best running back duo in the league.
Wow. Bijan is like...
He's the number 1 running back.
Yeah. I mean, him, Saquon, like you got guys up there in that first tier. He's definitely up there. You could definitely say he's the number 1 running back. So, yeah, that's going to help your running back room. And then, yeah, Breece, that's the question. But even Puka and A.J. Brown, like that is a scary duo too.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. And then T.J. Hawkinson, we'll see. I think news came out recently about Jordan Addison might be missing the first 3 games because of his legal trouble. If Addison's out, like Hawkinson is a huge value.
Yeah, definitely.
I think I'm getting higher and higher on JJ McCarthy, so I think that's going to be pretty good. But these flex, what do you think about these flex spots? What do you think?
I don't adore it, but I think that there's potential there. Isaiah Pacheco 2 years ago was great. Last year, was he injured a lot of the time? Is that what it was?
Yeah, he had missed some games, but just the Chiefs' offense doesn't need to put up points like they used to. So
I know
they just don't do it.
Zay Flowers seems like you're just always waiting for it to kind of come together. Like the Ravens are great; they have Derrick Henry and Lamar. They have 2 running backs in their backfield at all times. And when one of them tries to throw the ball, like it works a lot of the time. He's a very good thrower. Trust me, I have him on my team. I like him. But Zay Flowers, you're just waiting for him to have like that breakthrough and get to the next level, and he really hasn't done that yet. And then for Worthy, I mean, he had a decent year last year as a rookie, right? I don't remember what he finished. Do you remember at all?
No, I don't. I don't.
But that was with Rashee Rice out the whole time. So I'm not exactly like hanging on waiting for Worthy to have the exact same year. Not to say he'll have a bad year, but I don't know if he's going to be top 30 guy.
The question is does he take the year 2 step forward? Who's really the number 1 target on this team? Is it Rashee Rice? Is it Worthy? Or does Kelsey even have a revival? I know he's like been posting things about losing weight and getting better. So like, does Kelsey come back? Who knows?
Yeah, well, I mean, at this, I think it's June 22nd, so we're right in the heart of the month where every player is in the best shape of their career.
Yeah.
So I'm not taking too much stock in Kelsey's old ass talking about how he's getting in shape.
Yeah, I agree. Flowers and Worthy, like to me, it's funny. They're the same player. Like they're both just like shifty, quick, on like really good NFL teams, but that have good defenses that don't need to score much. It's just like I don't know, but they both can take an 80-yard touchdown, like take it to the house. But his bench, let's look: JJ McCarthy, Sam Darnold, the backup, Joe Burrow. Geez, sorry. Dobbins, Keon Coleman, Mooney. Downs, I think Downs is actually a good player. Like, I think Ethan actually has a really solid bench too, of some plug and play guys.
This is Jake.
Oh shoot, my bad, Jake. Yep. Thank you. Otten as a tight end. I mean, let me look at his taxi squad. Benson, Will Howard, Estime's probably done, but Benson's a clear backup. Yeah, I think it's a strong bench. Jake's put together a good team. I was surprised when I looked at this.
I don't necessarily feel the same way you do about his bench. I think that he has guys that could have high weeks, but you're not pumped about starting any of them in your flex. So while they could have high weeks, it's you don't want to come to a situation where guys in your starters get hurt and you have to start one or more of them, because then you're in a situation that it's like, well, I'm just hoping for a prayer here because like you can't consistently rely on Darnell Mooney to get you 12 points. Josh Downs maybe gets to that point where you can rely on him to get 9, 10, 11 points, but we don't know yet.
No, I agree. Like you said, if there's an injury, I don't feel confident. Oh, this guy the rest of the year. I just think there's some matchup dependent plug and play on a bye week, maybe. But yeah.
Yeah.
Good team. All right. Last one here, and then we'll make our predictions. Is my team here in Division 1. Tell me what you think, Chip.
You're not going to be super pumped. Obviously, I love Jaden Daniels. I don't love him as much as a lot of people do. I think he'll be good. I think he'll probably be great, but we had 1 year. And how many times have we seen guys have 1 year and then never be that again? And what you traded to get him, I'm not over the moon about personally. You have 2 rookie running backs who were drafted in the later rounds, or the late part of the round in round 1. Neither of which I'm like, this guy's going to be the man. So that's scary. Not knowing that your 2 starting running backs are going to be the guy in the backfield. You have 2 real life wide receiver 2s as your fantasy wide receiver 1s. Pickens is like, man, that's a gamble. Like, we do not know what he's going to be like down there with a lot of personality in that receiving room. Devonta Smith has always kind of been like in that almost range. You know what I mean? He's just like almost been great, but never been like insane. Then you have, I think we can just move on there. Then Trey Harris and Tet. I like Tet. I'm excited to see what he does in the NFL. I think that Trey Harris, we talked about this when we talked about the Ladd trade. You're looking at, when we were talking about Ladd, we're looking at an offense that does not throw a lot of passes and two mouths to feed at minimum. So, and as a rookie, we know that rookies do not start out hot. And if they do, it means that you're looking for better later on. But yeah, it's sketchy. And then you got 5.51 points. So I think you've accomplished your goal. So, hats off to you. You are doing exactly what you want. But not having, only having 1, 2, 3 projections over 10 points.
Here comes a 101, baby. Come on.
I don't think much else needs to be said.
Yeah. The bench, there's not much down here either.
Yeah. Well, I mean, your quarterbacks, you're prepping for next year, obviously. Yeah, but we're not talking about next year.
We're not.
We're talking about this year.
I just want to say these 3 tight ends, I love in case Pitts falls. Theo Johnson was a rookie last year.
What do you mean? What do you mean by that? In case
he's still so young. I mean, it's insane. But
you took the mystery box that could be anything.
Yeah, I really did.
It could even be like a George Kittle, for example.
I mean, hey, Zach Ertz was amazing last year. I foresee myself starting Zach Ertz a lot, actually.
Okay.
This season, We'll see. Jaden Daniels stack. I'm so high on Ferguson and the Rams, but we'll see. I don't got much else. That's about it. We'll move on.
Jalen Milroe is not nothing.
I am excited for that. But according to you, Sam Darnold is going to be incredible, so Milroe won't even see the field. So, all right. So tell me this. Let's start here, because I think this is an easier question for you to answer. Maybe we'll see. Who is joining me in the pits? So I'm down there for sure. But then you got Parker, Jake, Ryan, Ethan. Which one of those 4 falls down to the pits with me?
I think you've got this. Man, it's really hard to say this because of the star power on his team, but I think Parker's going to be joining you down there. It's a situation where it's like you don't have to outrun the bear. You know what I mean? Like, and he's just not faster than Jake and Ryan and Ethan.
Wow, I'm actually shocked.
I know, but you look at his team and you compare it to everybody else, and it's like I just don't see him especially because he has to fill another flex spot. You're looking at his team right now with an empty flex spot.
Yeah,
and it's like no one else on his bench can even produce. You know what I mean? No one. I know you're saying Rashad.
No, I've seen he's only projected 5 points. That's pretty crazy. Honestly, I put Jonnu in.
I know. I was just gonna say he's gonna start another tight end, which. If that works out for him, more power to him. But when you look at Ethan and Jake and Ryan, any given week, I don't see Parker beating any of them. And I think that's how you have to judge it. Who has the best team?
That's pretty crazy. And the fact that he went 11-3 last year.
I know.
Wow. That's you might be right. My gut wanted to say Ryan, but he's got enough guys. You know, Ryan's going to be paying attention. I hope everybody's paying attention and starting their lineups. Ryan will squeak out his wins. I think Ryan will make it. I know Ryan thinks he has the number. I think Ryan thinks he has the number one team in this division. But
I think he thinks he has the number one team in the league.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah. Man, Parker just has such big, like these three. I don't care who he puts in his flex. Like these three, like he could still win. He's going to win some weeks.
Yes. Yeah. He's going to win weeks. I don't want what I'm saying. I think that the outrun the bear analogy is like the perfect description of how I feel. Yeah. He doesn't have a bad team. He's going to win games. And there could be a situation where, you know, guys on McGinty, Ryan, or Ethan's team get hurt and Parker stays consistent and he gets the slot, right? Mm-hmm. But I think that when you're looking at who has the better team, it's Ethan, it's Jake, me, and it's Ryan.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to agree with you on that. I'm going to agree Parker's the one who falls into the pits with me. That's crazy, though. Wow, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun to watch. All right, who's going to win the division? Last thing before we move on, who's going to win the division?
Oh, my gosh. This one's so much more tough for me. I think it's a little bit more cut and dry, but I'll tell you, it's close, man. It's so close. So I think Ryan is your number 3 guy. I think it's between McGinty and Ethan for the number 1 spot, and I'm going to give it to Ethan.
Wow. Okay. I was going to take McGinty. So there we go. I'll take Jake. You take Ethan. I think it's the bench for me. I think whoever, like every year, there's always people that we think are going to be good. And we're like, wow, I can't believe that person fell off. So someone's going to fall off. And I think Jake just has the guys to plug in at the end there. All right. That was fun. That was a good time. We got an extra call here. Let's see. I have no idea where this is going. Okay.
Okay. I'm ready. I'm excited.
Here we go.
Hey, boys, quick question of the day. Would you rather eat 12 eggs, a whole dozen, in one sitting, prepared any way you'd like, or take 12 eggs thrown at your face you're not allowed to dodge? Really don't know where this inspiration for the question came from, but would love to hear your take.
That's pretty easy.
In light of recent events, I think that this is just not the time nor the place to be asking questions like this, Jake. I think it's wholly inappropriate to bring up such a sensitive topic for some people, you know?
Yeah.
We know that, you know, people have had eggs thrown at their face. People have had to clean up egg off of an Airbnb floor, off an Airbnb window. And I don't know if this is the best time to be asking those questions. But having said that, Matt, what do you think?
So I just want to make sure I heard the question right. I either have to eat 12 eggs or get 12 eggs thrown in my face.
Yes.
I don't, like, in high school, I would eat 12 eggs. Like, that was a normal thing. Now, 12 is a lot, but I totally would eat 12 eggs, I guess.
Why would I? Any way you want to. Like, you could mix it up and make something, like.
That would be a lot of eggs. I had 4 this morning. I had 4 already right before this episode, but.
Wow.
I got to triple that. That's a lot. I'd be burping.
But he didn't say how long. It's not like a food challenge where you have an hour. So you just have to eat it in one sitting. You just got to eat it. You just might not do anything else that day. You just sit there eating eggs.
I mean, I think for the sake of this, you got to do it in 10 minutes. Would you rather?
Oh, God.
12 and 10. Yeah, well, I got to make it comparable to getting 12 eggs to the face because that's awful. That would hurt too. An egg to the face would depending on how hard you threw it. Yeah.
If you hit it directly in the forehead, I'd probably take the 12 eggs to the face. Not at warp speed either.
Yeah.
They have to be thrown long ways. Like I want them to hit me like this.
What if you have them in your hands and you gotta crack them? Just crack them on your head.
That's an easy choice.
Then you got it all in your hair too. No shower. Can't shower for a whole day.
You just did. What if after you hit yourself in the face with the eggs, you had to chop your foot off? What if you had to do that? Then you don't have a foot and you have egg on your face.
I still would take that over eating 12 in 10 minutes. I'm just kidding. No. I love eggs, so I think I'd go. Which way would you cook them? Last thing before we hop into our game.
I would make like a scramble. So I would put the eggs. I would add bacon and sausage.
Wow, you're gonna add more to 12 eggs? You already got to eat.
So here's the thing. I don't love the taste of eggs.
Yeah.
Like I'll eat them. Haley and I make them all the time. She's actually making breakfast casserole right now.
Wow,
about that.
that's
For
nice.
all those
You love your
who know
breakfast
about the
casserole.
breakfast casserole. You know what I'm about to enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm never eating them alone. So
Mm-hmm.
I have to add stuff to them.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right. Well, geez. All right. We're going to end it with a game. Upon request. I'm excited. First time ever. Perry Pick'em 2v2. Oh, make sure before you do it, you click hide points till the end. We wanna
okay.
Save this.
Let me
suspense.
restart.
Yeah, refresh that.
Refresh. Hide points until the end.
All right, here we go.
2-player. All right, so I'll go first. You go second.
Yep, sounds good.
And there's a timer, so just
Yeah.
be quick with it. All right, I got to readjust here. Let me know if I'm still in frame. I got to gotta dial in. All right.
You're good. You look good. Yeah. Who are we starting
Oh,
with? Panthers.
easy.
Oh, that's
Come on.
well, okay. I'll give me Cam Newton. I think he's the next I got to take. I don't like taking a quarterback that early, but he's a good one.
Houston, who you want?
Arian. I got
Yeah.
27 seconds. All right, I can. Arian Foster. Yeah, we're gonna take.
Yeah. I don't remember who the next one is, to be honest with you. I think it's
Yeah.
Diggs.
Really?
Diggs.
Last year was his first year with him, and that's what.
Oh, shoot. I got mixed up with.
I know.
Son
All
of a gun. I definitely just lost.
No, but you're taking
Shit.
the Raiders second is tough.
Yeah, Raiders second's back.
Devontae Adams, wide receiver. Yeah.
Damn it,
All
I
right.
meant to take.
Oh, Jacksonville.
Oh,
I'll take Maurice Jones-Drew, the running back position.
Yep, that's what I was gonna take.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I have a thought, but this is your team. You got 18 seconds.
I think it's Marvin Jones.
Oh man.
I don't think it is.
Damn,
I think
Seattle.
I'm getting torched here.
I don't know who to take. Go wide receiver. Let me see the wide receivers. Oh man. I think I got it. What? Maybe I go running back. Go Marshawn Lynch.
It's your call.
11 seconds. I think DK had a top. Give me Marshawn Lynch if you got him. If you can find him.
Got him.
Yep. All right. Damn. I don't like that. Oh, wide receivers. Brandon Marshall.
I'll go. I think Matt Forte.
Yeah,
is
he's a
this
good one.
Yeah,
You still need a quarterback and a wide receiver.
I'm going CD,
Or
obviously.
yeah, you got to go CD. I'm gonna go. This is a risky thing because I don't want to save tight end for the end. But if we get like a Chiefs or something, and that's gonna
know.
suck. I'll take because Jason Witten was a good tight end for the Cowboys
Yep.
back in the day. Who would be next after that for the Cowboys? If it was 1995, take Emmitt Smith. Give me Jason Witten. I'm gonna risk it, dude. I don't know who's gonna win this year. We got a lot of interesting names. Yes, let's
this
go.
works out.
Well, you get the other half of the other good one there. So
I know.
let's go.
Dang, yeah,
Oh
you
wow.
took that.
Yeah, about
Yeah.
200. Where was your
Yeah, well,
lowest?
I mean, of
Diggs.
course, it was Diggs and Marvin Jones. I got nervous, and I
Man, Milton's
Not
gonna have
good.
some. He's gonna have some things to say about what your choices there.
I
For
know,
sure.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
that was a
I'm
good
not
time.
happy about it.
Well,
All
that was
right.
fun. That was fun. Good times.
Oh man. Well,
What a good
Matt.
Sunday morning. Yeah,
what a way to start our morning.
loved it.
All right. Well, anything else you have to say before we play the music and call it?
Division One. Somebody from Division One's going to win the championship this year. That's what I think. Bringing another
I
championship to Division One.
Severely doubt that. We're looking at some great teams in Division 2. But anyway, Matt, it's been fun.
It's been fun.
I like a little morning episode.
I do
It's
too.
not bad.
Yeah. Ooh,
There it
look,
is again.
Thumbs
It
up.
did.
It happened.
No. How does that happen?
All right. We
Whatever,
tried.
this is
Hey,
good.
somebody call in. Call in next time. Let us know.
Call in. Talk about whatever you want to talk about.
Yeah.
Peace.
Deuces.